What's up? This is Shark Daymond John, and you're watching Social Buzz TV.
What is happening, everybody? Sebastian Rusk on location at Books and Books in Coral Gables. It's very apparent that a shark has been let out of the tank. What's up, Daymond John?
Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you. Welcome back to Miami.
I love it here.
You most definitely do. You and I met probably 6 years ago at the Shore Club. This was pre-bow tie days, and we had a short conversation about your first book in the game of Monopoly. Remember that? And here you are, book number 3. It's called The Power of Broke. And as if you didn't have enough going on, Shark Tank, business, etc. Let's write another book. How'd that all come about?
Well, it came about when I realized that the thousands of pitches that I've seen and I've witnessed, not just in Shark Tank, but in the private sector, there's two types of people. There's one, the person who takes affordable steps and realizes that they don't need money to make money and they're going to figure it out. And then you have the other side of that the people that are saying that I just need $1 million, I just need a shark, I just need this and that, and they're making excuses, or they believe that that somebody has the magic bullet, or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that I dispelled all the theories of you need money to make money, you have to know somebody, you have to have a famous last name, or things of that nature. So I wrote the book, but not just about myself. So I put in here 15 different CEOs, everybody from Linda Johansson, who has started off with one kiosk, now she has 1,500 kiosks, I believe, or even 15,000, I gotta check the numbers. Did over $1 billion in selling Proactive. Mark Burnett, the producer of my show,
Sure.
who was Special Forces in the British services, and when he came over here, couldn't get a job, he decided to become a nanny, and then he sold a couple of T-shirts on Venice Beach. So people like that who all activated and used the power of broke, and then I wanted people to understand that the way you keep wealth, or you keep on top, is you have to exercise it more. The more successful you are, and it's a mindset, and that's what made me come up with the book, and here we are.
So this didn't come from the story of having $40 printing T-shirts in your basement idea. I mean, the power that comes from being broke. I mean,
power that comes from being broke. Exactly. The thing you have to tap into, because unfortunately, if you don't have money and resources, you have two options: complain about it or do something about it. And this hopefully gives you the insight that most people that are successful exercise this mentality.
100%. Now, for the entrepreneurs that are watching, and there's a lot of them, being broke is part of the entrepreneur process at some point in time. Usually it's in the beginning, hopefully.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes it's in the middle and you're like, what's going on? Sometimes it's right before the deal actually happens and you make it. What's the best advice you can give somebody that's in the broke phase of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so, I think one thing that we all have in common as entrepreneurs, successful ones, are that we take affordable next steps. We don't go out and, before we have proof of concept or before we've made the sale, we don't go out and, take our 401k and take, $50,000, $100,000, bet our kids' college fund on and things of that nature.
Sure.
But the people who don't know any better, they just sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to go and take out a loan for $50,000, and I'm going to start selling. When you shouldn't do that. You should, work 2 hours a week on this concept while you keep your day job. You're going to make a first sample. You're going to go and put it out there and see if people like it. Then you're going to improve on that and keep doing it again and again and again and again. And that's absolutely the power of broke. Don't think money is going to get you there faster. Money's only going to actually extend the time until you fail. Because if you don't take out a $100,000 loan, you have enough to pay your employees and people like that for maybe a year.
Yeah.
If they're working for you for free, those people are part of something that they like. If you're paying them, they're just getting a check.
Right.
So it really brings out character and who's around you. It brings out a lot of other things.
Back to the Monopoly game.
Absolutely, yeah. So you're talking about, in my first book, I talked about how I play Monopoly with a lot of my staff. And after your 3-4 hours, even though it's play money, you start to see people who cheat, try to figure things out, suffer from analysis paralysis. It brings out real character.
Play Monopoly with your employees, major key.
Yeah,
for sure. So, what's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur that you've always realized and just always known and embraced?
The hardest part about being an entrepreneur is knowing when to quit and knowing when your idea is not viable, because the theory is you're going to fail more than you succeed. You're going to get a lot of doors slammed in your face until you come up with the perfect version of what you need, or find the segment of the market that really resonates with you. And this book is not going to give you the best idea in the world. It's not going to do that. So some of us are going to fail. And I failed 4 or 5 businesses before I got to Fubu. And when I opened Fubu in '89, I closed it down 3 times up until 1992 because I ran out of capital. But I kept going back to Fubu because of a couple of things that I'll highlight in the book. About the passion was there. I had the surrounding like-minded team. I took affordable steps at the time, and I realized that there was something about it special that I didn't want to give this thing up.
Right.
And so that's always the challenge with entrepreneurs. Like, if I only stick it out 1 more month, or whatever the case is, you know.
I think it's in our blood. You know, you have that burning desire, and it just doesn't matter what comes at you. You've got this burning desire to succeed and get there at whatever cost. So I heard through a little birdie, and when I say a little birdie, I mean the radio, that you've got Bieber fever.
I do. I love Justin Bieber. I would have never.
That makes 2 of us guilty. I blame my 14-year-old.
His new album it's crazy. Believe it or not, I would have never thought that I would be like, yo, I love Bieber.
I bought it to my 14.
He is on fire.
My 14-year-old made me, but then when I saw him at Live randomly one night and the whole place was just popping with Sorry, I thought, wow, this kid's arrived. So what's next? You got Shark Tank rolling. You got a book out. Anything exciting?
You know what? It's the book.
More exciting than the book tank.
And actually, you know, first week out, it became it got on the New York Times bestselling list. So
major key.
That is a huge accomplishment for me.
Congrats.
And then we're shooting Beyond the Tank now, where we're showing all the things that are going on behind the scenes of when we invest in these companies. And it's a good, bad, and ugly. I mean, how many times we fail, or they fail, or we just decide to part ways. And then we're going on to our 8th season of shooting Shark Tank. And you know, I have a lot of entrepreneurs that I've invested in, so that takes up a lot of my time.
Sure.
But I'm happy. You know, I get to work with amazing people who have amazing energy, and they're letting you take a ride with them on their dreams.
Sure.
You know, in their dreams, and I'm really happy. I'm excited.
That's crazy. Season 8. We were talking in San Diego when I saw you last year at Digital Marketers Conference. That didn't even think it was going to make it past the first season.
Yeah.
Let alone 8.
Yeah, we were on the chopping block. ABC was going to cut us the first season, but you know, it was all these amazing fans out there that realized that Shark Tank is way bigger than us. You know, Shark Tank is one of the top shows watched from kids 5 to 15 years old. It's one of the top shows watched that parents and kids watch together. And you know, when kids start to say to their parents, "I know what you do at work now," or they start to want to be a shark just as much as an athlete or actress or model, or whatever the case may be, it's fueling our next generation, and we're a very, very small part of it.
Well, congrats on all your success with the show.
Thank you.
And with the book. The book's called The Power of Broke. It's available wherever books are sold. Get it from your local bookstore and support local business. Make sure you're following the Shark, Daymond. I've been following you for probably 6 years. I look forward to all your quotes in the morning, your hallway pictures.
Hallway pictures.
That's it. Rise and grind right there. It's 4 a.m. The guy doesn't sleep.
I know.
But then again, you know, what's sleep, right?
That's part of it. That's part of the process.
Well, hey, you got a whole room of people waiting to hear about The Power of Broke. I appreciate your time, Daymond.
Thank
it was
you, man.
great to see you as well, too.
Always.
I'm Sebastian Rusk, signing off from Books and Books here in Coral Gables. Pick up The Power of Broke, will you? We'll see you. They don't want us hanging with moguls and sharks. We're doing both.